Hello, beautiful people, and welcome in to episode number 2 of our series here on YouTube called London is Pink, The Rise of Dulwich Hamlet. I am Official H2, and I'm so glad you could join us here today for episode number 2. Now, if you missed episode number 1, I've linked it down below. Please go check it out. This is a series here on YouTube where we recap highlights from our streams over on Twitch at twitch.tv/officialh2. I'd love for you to join if you'd like, but I stream daily over there, trying to take Dulwich Hamlet as high as we can. And so this series on YouTube will catch you up on the streams, and this episode in particular will take care of the first off season. After completing our first season at the club, we look to rebuild a squad and head into season number 2. As always, if you enjoy the video, please do consider liking, subscribing, turning on notifications, and please leave me any feedback that you have. I'd love to hear from you guys. But that's it for me now. Hope you enjoy, and I'll talk to you later. Let's load in our save Dulwich Hamlet. So whoever was here last night will remember we ended up winning the league. Not the strongest end to the season, but we do have a lot to do for the next season. Now we're losing a lot of players on free transfers, which is expected, obviously. But we will be looking to try and solidify our team. We did such a good job getting first place in this league. I mean, even though it was only by 3 points, you can see here, we ended up winning the league by 3 points, but with a much better goal difference. In terms of the club vision, I think we've seen this when they offered us our new contract. They kind of want the same stuff. They want us to... So this is a little... Okay, what do I make of this? They want us to play attacking football and play counter-attacking football. You tell me how that makes sense. I don't know how that makes sense. I don't know what they want us to do, but I think they're confused about what they want. Signing players under the age of 23, that's fine. Working within the wage budget is fine. And then they expect us to play attacking football, yet they expect us to fight bravely against relegation and continue to remain in that league. So, I mean, they clearly think we're going to have a fight, on our hands. I'm going to remove one of these because I don't think that makes sense. So we're just going to go and make them agree to let us play counter-attacking football. I'm okay with that. Let's talk to the boys then. So before you all go off to summer, look at our squad. That's a thin squad. I think we're just going to say we're good enough not to be relegated next season, and that'll be our target. I think it may be a little too optimistic. Yeah, it was too optimistic. Let's just go ahead and know that we're probably going to get relegated, but try not to. I don't know. And now the work begins. That's what I wanted to get done during the stream, is kind of rebuild and craft the squad and hopefully be ready to hit the next season in the league above us. No additional tax bill, and our profits were almost 150,000. Club membership fee income was announced, about 10K in membership fees from the fans, so that's great. And we have a 2-year sponsorship for our kit, which is going to be about 30 grand per year, which is great. Scouting budget will be about the same. And here we go. So this is going to be interesting. The board have announced plans to increase the standing area within the ground to hold a further 1,000 supporters. The planned work will cost about £100,000 and must be carried out in order to make room for the new league requirements. So because we are moving up into a different league, we need to increase our stadium by just a bit, increasing that capacity by 1,000. It's going to take about 5 months to complete, and the ground's capacity will be reduced temporarily as one of the stands will be closed. So we're looking to have this completed by the 25th of September of this year. John, which players are under contract for next season? Let's take a look, my friend. Let's sort it like this because the majority are leaving or are expiring. So Henry Molyneux, our 16-year-old goalie. Gianluca Levy is under contract for another year. On paper, a good playmaker with his 13 passing and 14 vision, but he didn't really stand out for me. 2 goals and 2 assists from the heart of midfield, and a 6.7 rating wasn't the greatest. And he is a top earner in our team at 600, so someone that I'm looking very closely at. Sorry, he was the top earner until Danny Mills' new contract. McGregor is someone else that's in contract with us for the next year. Really excited to get him in on $525 a week. I think that's obscenely cheap for a player of his quality. Really good determination and played a lot of games for us without too many issues. Danny Mills re-signed for another year. Jamie Bradley Green, our center back, is under contract for the next season. Expirings are pretty much everyone else. I know I want to try and get Ryan Burke in on a permanent deal and Darren McQueen in on a permanent deal if we can, because their contracts are expiring from their home clubs. And then in terms of who we have already coming in, we have made a few signings. Joe Ayasiofano from Oxford City, scoring 16 goals in the league we were just in. We signed him on a £400 wage, and when you look at his stats here, determination of 19, teamwork isn't the greatest, but okay finishing and acceleration for this level, and okay natural fitness with a driven personality. So I'm hoping he could be someone that we rely on next year. And Harvey Godsmark Ford, sorry, pretty versatile player, center back or right back, I think, as well as being able to slot into midfield. Very good physicals. He was released from Leicester City, never made it through their youth team into the main team. So he's going to come in and be a really good option for us. You guys will remember the main man, the wonder kid, I guess for us a wonder kid. Joseph Temitope came through our golden generation youth intake, and at the age of 15 years old here, he is obviously very well suited to an attacking midfield role, maybe a Mazzala role. Look at his stats in the mental section here. Vision, work rate, teamwork, flair, decisions of 14, guys. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. Ben Headley, I don't know what to do about him. He didn't really come through with his performances. But again, I'm really kind of attached to that 14 leadership at 23 years old. I think we may give him another shot next season as long as he doesn't want an obscene amount of money. We're going to go 450 and give you an extra £5. And he accepts. All right. Do we re-sign Jack West at Studi? Good jumping reach, but not the best mentals with his decision-making and his concentration. I think we can do better. I don't think we should sign him. Jordan Green is attracting interest from Leyton Orient and Southend, so I'd like to be able to have him on our books in case a team like Leyton Orient comes in from, quite high up in the pyramid compared to us and offers a good fee for him. But in terms of stats here, decent dribbling, good determination and flair, and good physicals. Natural fitness is okay. Even though he has 9 finishing and not the greatest passing, he ended up with 5 goals and 11 assists. I like him as a player, I definitely do. He's on 500 right now. He wants to be a star player. He wants us to do a bunch of things. Let's see if he goes for important player. He does. Okay, so he goes for important player, and he doesn't want that much. I think he might be a decent little contract that we can pick up here. Yeah, so 825, not bad, for a player who's familiar with our team. But we have a few people coming in on trial, and it looks like a few people with some potential here. Let's see if we can make some board requests in the meantime, though. Let's improve our training facilities. Let's try and improve our youth facilities so we can develop players a little better. And let's see if we can look for an affiliate, I think, a senior affiliate. We need a senior affiliate. We would rather the club does not rely on loan players. Are you out of your mind, Ben Clasper? At this stage, you need loans to survive. I really implore you to consider. We're just not going to do it. I'm very disappointed. Okay, I'm not winning this here. That is surprising to me that a team in the Vanarama National South who just got promotion, their board thinks that they don't want to rely on loan players. I mean, fair enough. In an ideal world, you do want to develop your own players. But I mean, the reality of it is loans are such a crucial part of surviving in the lower leagues. So a little frustrating there. I mean, he has okay leadership, do we want him in our team? A good international experience. Okay, so here's the thing. I want him as a playmaker. Now, when you look at his passing, it's at a 7. His vision is at a 15, though. Will he be able to make up for that? They say here that he has the ability to spot a pass and create chances. Maybe we'll offer him a contract once his trial is up. We'll see. Borum would accept our offer for Comley, but he himself is very dubious. We'll say he can be an important player. That's fine. Doesn't want the highest wage, actually. Very surprising. If he accepts this, I'd be okay with that. Honestly, we'll try 525. I think he's going to go for it. Okay, so not a bad amount of money to spend on someone that can add that supposedly majestic creativity in our midfield. And so these are the 2 signings we have confirmed, guys. Harvey Godsmark Ford and Joe Ayasiofano, a striker and a center back / right back / midfield option. And here we go. So things are going to get interesting now. James Comley is having more contract offers come in, so it's up to him now where he wants to play next year. We claim the manager of the season in our first league season with Dulwich Hamlet. And I'm very delighted to be able to win that award. So that is great. And our board is happy as well. Did we scout him? I think we did. End of contract. He's on loan. Is his actual contract up? Yeah, it is, from his parent club. So he might be someone, a Finnish player, 23 years old, either a wingback or a midfielder. I like the looks of him, so he will stay on our short list. All right, so James Dayton is going to retire potentially at 33, quite young, but he just doesn't feel like he wants to be forced to play at a lower level. Honestly, I wish him all the best. He's someone that didn't really play for us much. So James Conley has agreed a deal to join the club. He rejected Kidminster, which is nice. No health concerns. 30-year-old, very experienced international, and I'm okay. Like, his passing rating isn't the best, but I think with his vision, he'll make up for that. And I think, yeah, this is about as good as he's going to get. So we're okay with that. We just need someone to come in and do a job. Currently, our playmaker, Gianluca Levy, has not been doing well enough. We do need a backup. Well, we don't even know if Ryan Burke... Oh, we can approach him now. Let's go. Okay. This is key here. We'll allow him to treat us as a stepping stone. Yeah, we kind of have to. Star player, yes, no problem. What do you want? 1,000? Oh, what? There's no way that this is going to work. There's no shot that he wants only 500. Okay, he wants the one. Yeah, I'm fine with that. 1 year, £600 per week, under 1,000 signing bonus, £75 clean sheet bonus, and a relegation clause of 100, or not a relegation, sorry, a release clause for 160,000. Wow. Okay. All right, so he can come in on loan as a backup for Danny Mills. This is the best news we've had so far in the offseason. Ryan Burke, our star left back, the guy who carried us from that position all season long, 7.25 rating last year for us. His contract expired from Mansfield under 23s, and he is joining us. And look at this, he only wants £650 a week. We still have so much wage budget to play with, and for him to be able to sign with us for that amount is sensational. Welcome in, Ryan Burke. Thank you so much for making my life easier and joining Dulwich Hamlet. A nice player here, you know, Ronaldo Torres. We had him on loan, or on trial. He got released from Tottenham. He's an Albanian 17-year-old. At 17, you know, his first touch passing decisions are good too. Not the strongest, but that's okay. He seems like a tricky small player. We'll try squad player, but I don't know if he's going to bite. Oh, he does. Okay. Let's see how much he wants. Okay, so we meet in the middle, 650, quite a bit of negotiating. I think for a 17-year-old, he's someone who could develop into a really useful player for us. He could probably make an impact actually right away, and someone we could look at as an investment for the future. So that is a good signing if he does come through. We need to look for a right back though. So we will look for that. Now, do we re-sign Jazzy Barnum Bob? It was immense for us. I mean, he played 34 games with a 7 rating for us, which for me is great. We never had any issues in terms of his consistency. He didn't seem to have any injuries. He's 26, fairly mediocre technical stats, but he seemed to perform well enough. I wonder if we look for what he wants. Let's see if he'll bite for fringe. He wants important. I don't think Jazzy Barnum Bob deserves an important playing time. I'm actually going to walk away from that. So we are officially now in the Vanarama National. We have a £9,000 transfer budget and a £17,750 a week wage budget. We'll receive $5,000 for television rights, which is a first. That's always welcome. And is it FM without injuries as soon as you sign somebody? What? James Comley, our new deep line playmaker who we just signed probably like a week ago, gets injured before we've even had our first training session, and he is out for 4 to 5 weeks after turning sharply. Irish Milenik Ali as a winger, nice flair. See if he can come in on trial as well. All right, so we've done that. Now, if we go to our squad, let's just look at who we actually have here. All right, so let's put together our ideal team right now. So we don't really have a goalie, so I'm going to take, Jackson, I'm going to only put in people who have contracts with us. So we're going to remove him. We're going to remove him. We're going to remove him. And we're going to keep him. We're going to keep him. We're going to keep him. Keep him. Keep him. Keep him. Keep him. Okay. So we need in central defense, Ronnie Vince on a month-to-month. Is Holland still contracted to us? No, I think his is expired. Yeah, his is expired. So I think our central defender will be Godsmark Ford and Bradley Green, the two hyphenated players in the heart of defense. We need a right back. We need a goalie. So let's take a look at our scouting. Let's take a look at our short list. Let's do a new search for someone who can play in the right back position. And we have these three players, Raheem Shackelford, who we looked at earlier. Decent crossing, okay marking, but work rate and teamwork are good. How much would he want? Fringe player, and he wants around 725. He wants 725 and an extension. I think I'll do the extension, but 700. Okay, so that's fine. But who else? Alex Bradley. I kind of like Alex Bradley a little more than Raheem Shackelford. Tackling is okay. It seems okay. Positioning is a little low, maybe. So it's either Raheem Shackelford or Alex Bradley for us. I think we offer both and see. So they both are okay with being fringes. He wants the cheaper wages. So maybe we go for him, you know? He's 23 years old. He is from... He's a Finnish player, but does he have dual? Okay, so he could be English as well, which is great. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with him as our starter. He wants actually... They both want fringe players, so it gives us the flexibility of using them as we choose. So we've offered both. I think I might go ahead and sign both just because right now we don't have a single right back in the club. Contracted, at least. We have one on month to month. And 4 days away from our first game. That kind of crept up on us quite fast. The first match, preseason match against Accrington Stanley. All right, so Lewis Thompson then could be a decent backup option for Ryan Burke. He wants to be a regular starter. I'm going to ask him if he wants to be a squad player. He said okay. He wants this to be a stepping stone. You are not getting 800. The best I can do is around 675. Lewis Thompson, 675. I'm going to send it, but do we spend 675 on him? He would be leaving Darlington, who play in the Vanarama National. Played decent amount of games in the Vanarama North, actually, so he seems to be fairly okay with playing that many games. Still young, so 22 years old, and he looks to have decent physicals on him. Let's see if we can find a goalie with some interest in joining us. So I think what we do, guys, for now, is we offer Jack, who's injured though. That's the problem, right? So I wonder if we offer him a contract as a backup. He wants to be an important player. That's the issue here. He will not accept being a backup for us. So that is a no-go. So that means we definitely need to find a goalkeeper. Now, who that is, you may ask? Great question. But we don't have a goalie right now, really, so that's a little scary. All right, so here are the 4 signings we've made. Ryan Burke joins us permanently after a great loan season with us. Alex Bradley joins as well as a right back. Lewis Thompson cover for Burke. And Raheem Shackelford is going to be maybe the starting right back or cover for Bradley. So the first friendly of the preseason is against Accrington Stanley. And we have a fairly new looking team. So let's go with a goalkeeper. Oh, wow. Guess Henry's going to get the start, even though he's not fit enough to do so. Right back, I think Bradley will get the start with Shackelford coming in for him as cover. I want to check out the new wingback we signed, Thompson. Switch Bradley to a wingback on support, though. This is the first time we can actually do that, guys. So that is very exciting. But something I did actually want to do is put our youth player, Joseph Temitope. I want to bring him up just for the preseason. So Temitope makes the bench. We're ready to go here. First preseason game. Don't really know what to expect. Lots of new players here. I think most of our instructions will stay the same. The only one I might take off is pass into space. This is how we're going to start. Now, is this how we're going to play the whole season? Most likely not. We will probably be very rudely exposed early on. But for now, we start with the same formation. Lots of people not familiar with this because they are new to our team, obviously. But this is the formation that got us promotion last year. So I think we should be okay. We are underway then. The first friendly of this preseason against Accrington. We are at home at Champion Hill Stadium. And McGregor with an early free kick, but a good save from Savin. And so dangerous from free kicks, Giovanni McGregor, all season last year. Now, the board want us to play counter-attacking football in this league. We still play on a positive mentality, but we may look at changing things up just a little bit if we start to get exposed in the league. Early chance for Accrington. Nice finish from Ethan Hamilton. So much space in the box. Ethan Hamilton jumps up and down and lets everybody know he's so happy to score that goal. And if we take a look here, we're sitting really deep, even though we're on a standard line. Bradley Green heads it out, but a soft header that falls to their wingback Lee, and then Hamilton just picks it up. No one closes him down, and we concede from the inside of the box. Danny Mills plays it to Joe. I'm going to change the name to Joe. Green all the way to Bradley. And Bradley has time to find a cross. Maybe he does send the cross in, but that is to nobody. A poor cross from us, but it's sent back in by Levy, and Mills wins the header, and looks like there's a penalty. Joe I cannot say his name, Joe, and gets tripped up in the box. And Danny Mills should be stepping up to take this penalty. So reliable from the spot last year. Can he get us even? He can. Wow, he smashes that with some power. And Danny Mills scores the first goal in our preseason adventures here. A nice finish from him. Look at the way he finishes. So strong. Right down the middle, actually, and the goalkeeper does go to his right, but is unable to save with his trailing legs. And we are on even terms going into halftime here. And Bradley's low on stamina here, so I think we may have to bring in Raheem Shackelford. He actually has somewhat of a knock. So Raheem Shackelford comes in. I think Vint for Bradley Green makes sense. So both our wingbacks in the first match of the season pick up knocks, actually. Very frustrating here. Ryan Burke will come in, get some minutes early on. And then Jordan Green's been absolutely invisible. So I think our new Albanian winger, Ronaldo Taraj, will come in, 17 years old, former Tottenham player. And a fairly even game from both sides. Giovanni McGregor to send the ball in. Danny Mills is there. Danny Mills scores another header. Some things don't change, even though it's a new season in a new league. Danny Mills is the guy who scores those goals for us. McGregor with the delivery, so much space for Mills, just rises up. And a 30-year-old Danny Mills is still capable of scoring goals. And we take a lead 2-1 for us now. I think we'll try Godfrey out for Mills as that substitute, that like-for-like substitution. And then on the right side, it could be possibly Sakaja. I think we may need another winger here because Sakaja is not really natural at that position. He's more competent, but we'll keep him there for now. And then we can have a new striking change up top, as well as Andre Godfrey. I was thinking that Finley Lovett may come on. A little lacking in some of his stats. Actually, very, very lacking in some of his stats. Decent finishing, decent acceleration, and good aggression. But other than that, composure is horrendous. Let's see if he can make something happen here with about 19 minutes to go. Levy now, our playmaker, sends it across. There's Joe, and that's his first goal for Dulwich Hamlet, albeit in the preseason. That's what we want to see, our playmaker Levy linking up with our new striker Joe, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come because we've expected a lot more from Levy this season. Last season was okay. He can do a lot better. And a nice finish there from Joe before he does come off for his substitution. And Toraj finds a beautiful pass in to the try list Finley Lovett, and that is why his composure is between a 1 and 5. He just completely misses the net. Raheem Shackelford on the left-hand side plays it into Sakaja. Shackelford with a first-time cross, and Lovett, there it is. Nice finish from him. Finley Lovett on trial with us, gets a goal in preseason, looking to impress and hopefully earn a place in the squad for him. That was just a nice cross and a beautiful finish. So that is what you love to see. Our new right back linking up with a try list. All right, so Shackelford now stands over the ball, plays it into Ibra Sakaja, who has a lot of runners in front of him, but he opts to go himself and lays it in for Godfrey, who's unselfish and gives it to Lovett. And again, we see why his finishing is 1 to 5 because he just misses the net again completely. I think Headley can come in as a box-to-box. Very big day here. Our 15-year-old youth product in preseason gets a debut for the senior team as a deep line playmaker. Joseph Temitope. What a player he looks to be. Not much time for him to make an impact, but he still gets a chance to get some professional minutes under his legs. And we end up winning our first game 4-1. I'm going to say we did very well there. Beating Accrington Stanley in the first game of preseason is not really an easy task. I mean, they're up in League One. So that is a huge result for us, but it is only preseason. So we take it with a grain of salt. And Alex Bradley and Lewis Thompson, 2 of our new signings, are injured. Alex Bradley for 2 weeks. So it looks like Raheem Shackleton will be playing at right back to begin the season. Good thing we signed him because otherwise we would be without a right back right now. And I think, guys, I'm gonna leave it there for now. So there it is, the end of episode 2. And if you made it all the way to the end, I want to thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed today's content, please do consider dropping a like, subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications so you don't miss future uploads. And as always, feel welcome to leave your feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to have you along for the journey if you'd like to drop in on Twitch. I will link that in the description as well as my Twitter so you can stay in touch with me. But that wraps it up for me for today. Thank you so much again. And until next time, it is Official H2 signing out.